It's a song from Brave, the movie Brave, if you've ever seen that. Have you ever seen it, Seth? Brave, Emma Thompson. You know what it is? Oh, good. Wonderful. So you know what I'm talking about. Okay, everybody, I'm just going to finish with this little thing here, and we are ready to start today. Alright, so I am feeling really, really optimistic about today because we have a lot of things to learn. We have a lot of music to learn, and it is the very, very last day of Cancer Clubus. In dominant season, okay? It's the last day of Cancer Clubus in dominant season. Now, this is what I want to start out by saying to you, is that the images around the room may look a little bit excessive, why I have 3 pictures of our missing guests, is because when I went to the printer, I accidentally printed more than just one copy. I think I printed 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 copies of one picture. So I decided to make the most of actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copies of that same picture. So there's 3 here. There's 1 in my bedroom. The other one is in the downstairs area. Okay, now, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a good variety of things. Okay? Honoring our mentioned guest. Okay, it's going to be very, very exciting. Everlast is going to be meeting later this afternoon, and we're going to be reading a good chapter of that. And I have a couple little Zoom resemblance meetings. Zoom resemblance meetings are not going to be face-to-face. Especially because there are smaller resemblances. So there's going to be 3. I'll give you a hint. One of them is going to be with a child as his resemblance. From Oshitake Mushrooms, if you've ever seen the YouTube channel. His name is Leland. And his voice as being a child sounds higher, like almost the same voice as Zach has, that Leland would have blown up. And then the other resemblance is my special education teacher that I had, Justin Tyson. After all of the, kind of pushiness, a little bit kind of stubbornness there. And then the final resemblance Zoom meeting is Matthew Grunwald. And if you know him, he came here in 2017 summer. He was a former Food Network Star finalist on season 11 Food Network Star. And he went home for being a little bit too immature, and he cooked Southwestern flavors. And so, let's see here. Then he was, again, as you know, in Combat Kitchen on season 13, if you remember, when he got just to the final 3. Now, you did not know this. First of all, actually, I completely forgot about this. Super Nanny is here. Jo Frost is here with us today at the Edmonton. She just got back yesterday. She came yesterday, and I wasn't feeling energetic enough to have this meeting yesterday. But I'm feeling better today. And I'm not going to get into why, because that's, yeah. But so she's here today. Zach Callison came here on the 25th, like around when you left. Zach Callison, this is Jo Frost. Jo Frost, as you know, does a show called Super Nanny, where she goes helping families in tatters. They can't discipline their children, their relationships are broken and suffering and everything. But it basically revolves around the kids. And that's something that, there's several things I could picture, you being, one of which is a peer of mine, the second of which is child care, or the third of which a stranger friend that I met up with. In fact, we're going to be getting to perfect day to day. And in the negative case of things, one person who would cause trouble to somebody whom they would be the victims of it and I survived. And that's all I'm going to talk about it. Now, let's see here. This is, Super Nanny. This is, Zach Callison. He is an actor who played in movies such as, Steven's Universe, actually, and I found one song that we might, listen to, and I have a good variety of things. And I'll talk about that later. And he played Chuck Pizer, or Charles Pizer, in Just That Magic, Season 2. So, you did not know this, but we have been having private lessons, private voice lessons, haven't we? Because, this is my opinion, I was going on to find out all the songs that you were singing, and I was a little bit underwhelmed. I thought that, I was a little bit disappointed that you didn't, use the full expansion, use your voice to the fullest with songs. That it was I'm just just singing normally, but I want to hear more of that vibrato and that full volume of the voice, if you know what I mean. And that's what we are working on. That's what we're working on. I have pulled him in, and we have been working on a couple of songs. I have some song recommendations that you might be really, really interested in. One of which is The Hanging Tree. If you remember from the Hunger Games, where Katniss Everdeen, was singing that song, Are you coming to the tree? I think that you would really like that. Also, Johnny Cash sings a song called Hurt. But which ones that you resonate with, and I want you to be able to sing mostly all genres of song, and that's what we're working on. You're trying to open up your musical palette to a lot of things. And I was just thinking about something that you would be really, really great in. That you would be really great in. And you know what that is? I think that you would play a very, very good Aladdin. You would be able to sing that song, One jump ahead of the breadline, do 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 do. I steal anything I can afford. So do you see what I mean when I say that you could sing? You have the voice for singing songs like that. I think that you would really like it. I think that you would enjoy doing it. I really think so. I really think that you have a lot in you that needs to, get out there, And so that's what we are really working on. Now, just so you know, if you didn't hear it already, I was having a lecture, maybe a rant with you, because I told you a couple of days ago to go on, I used your character name, didn't I? Zach's YouTube channel, Zach Callison Topic. And he has a song and maybe there's others, but this is just one song. I told him to take it off, okay? And I just want to ask you, without rocking anything, why didn't you get rid of that song that I told you to get rid of? I recorded the video. I did. And I'll tell you why. Because do not listen to the song She Don't Know. That's the one song that I'm warning you all about. Because I was listening to it, first of all, and I didn't hear anything. I mean, that's the danger, is that if all of you listen to it, then you pick up things, you hear things, and then you start spreading and go around, and then people wonder, okay, where did you get that from? My mentioned guest. What a mentioned guest has the wrong-mindedness, audacity, offense, disrespect, and the real disgust to make songs that are trashy like that. And let's see. So if you go around singing that song, it will be very, very embarrassing. It will be humiliating. It will really make me look bad, as I mentioned later, that I'm having my mentor listen to these songs that I hear and that I think are fine, and then we start singing it, and then we don't realize, because I went in there, I typed the name of the song in, lyrics, and you never will guess what I found. One cuss word. I didn't go through the whole song. I found the F word in the song. Can you believe that? My mentioned guest, who is a well-acclaimed actor, I'm very serious about it, someone who I would think would not do that, threw it in there. Isn't that unbelievable and shocking and just really, really appalling for this mention? Don't we all feel that it's inappropriate and unclean, everything, with those kind of things? Because those are those kind of things. With novels, when you see cuss words in novels, then they're doing it for another reason, and that reason is they're trying to teach a lesson against it and expressing it, and they're putting it in there because they're maybe talking about a historical time period, and it's a classic piece of literature. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to teach this is how people talked. Not that it was a good thing, they did intentionally, not meaning to offend everybody. They didn't throw it in there. They thought twice about it, and they decided they wanted to be truthful. So they were doing it because that's how people talked back, say, when you're reading To Kill a Mockingbird. You find the N-word in there. That's how people talked in segregation. It was mean, it was cruel, it was bad. That's how people communicate. That's how people acted back then. It's just, I hear protests about these schools and the students protesting against their teacher saying something or showing something with offensive language or content or whatever. And also the content thing as well, sexual and abusive and those kind of things. And it's crazy because the teachers aren't really meaning it to them. They're just trying to teach something, other than to offend them. And that was kind of the same thing, because I remember in one of your Super Nanny episodes that you you were listening to a song on the MP3, and then you were reading off the lyrics, and there was beeps, 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 beeps. And I'm going to quote, what you said is best we can. We want music in our lives, but we want music that is clean and appropriate and everything else. So I have to say I am disappointed, and I did give you the warning that you needed to get rid of that. That you needed to get rid. It's absolutely unacceptable, untolerated for an mentioned guest to make a song such as that. Especially if it's just throwing it in there. Especially if it's a pop or rock and roll type song. Absolutely not. particularly as I am not the biggest fan of that genre type of songs, and I don't mean to judge against, and this may seem a little bit nonsensical, but a sign not in my chart, a sign of Scorpio, not in my chart. Libra or Scorpio, it's hard to tell, born on the cusp and everything. But I am going to be using that if we're going to be doing that again. But you are going to have your channel filled up with all the tracks and all of the songs that we're going to be doing together. And the biggest thing ever is that we're going to be having a concert honoring Zach Callison. And I have a good variety of songs that we're going to be doing. I don't know if we'll be doing the Imagine Welcome. But we're going to be actually singing one song that he, well, maybe one, I don't know, I constantly change by what I'm doing. We're going to be singing a song that he did that is appropriate with its lyrics and everything. It has no cuss words in it. And we're also going to be singing Perfect Day, okay, which you're going to find out how that ties into our experience. And then the final song, well, this is in no particular order, but A Take on Oliver. A Take on Oliver. So, how many of you have heard or listened to Oliver before? Okay. Alright, yes, that's quite a few of you in here. Okay, how many of you heard the soundtrack for Oliver? Okay. How many of you know what the story is about? Okay. Remember the song Who Will Buy? Who will buy? Do. Well, and then it's gonna be that that other part of the song, Who will buy my sweet red robin, kind of thing. Well, I am a thief when it comes to songs sometimes. I steal melodies from songs and I put my own lyrics into it. And that's what I did. Me and Zach, I have been working with him on that song, on singing that song, and learning it. So it's basically, so instead of Who Will Buy It, Who Will Get It, instead of Wrap It in a Box for me, it's, we'll put it in a box for me, it's Wrap It in a, put it in a bag for me, just say, because all those things can fit bigger into something, unless it was a big box. But anyway, I think that we're going to actually go back to box. I think I like box a little bit better, don't you? Yeah. So, that's what we're going to be doing. So, who will get my magical cookbook? And here's the exciting bit. Zach will be leading the song, and it will be so cool because he will be standing in front of the choir. You will all be on risers, and then he will be standing right in front. It's a huge auditorium, so there'll be like screens and slide presentations. So there'll be one screen in the middle that will show him and the choir close up, so the audience is far away can see him. On the two sides of that screen will be slide presentations, and it will be a little bit distracting. But yeah. So he will be singing in front of the choir, singing, Who will get my magical cookbook? Who will get my spices for food, kind of thing. So we're going to be learning that song. We're going to be looking at Perfect Day. Okay, today we're going to be just getting into these things. I don't know if we'll get to all of these things. And we're going to be looking at a song that has nothing to do with the autoing of Zach, but it is certainly a song that I know that you composed, that you came up with, that we're going to be cleaning up, for that matter, making more chorally elegant. And it's called Phantom Love. It's not the Phantom of the Opera. Do 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 do. Have you seen the Phantom of the Opera before? You know? Okay. Good. Wonderful. Yeah, it's not that. It is a song that, oh, I don't know how to describe it. Well, it sounds a little bit like the song from the Hunger Games, Hanging Tree. Do 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 do. And there's something else to it that's very, I don't know, kind of red and black from Les Miserables a little bit that goes off one of the lyrics. But so anyway, we're going to be learning that song. Okay, and of course we're going to be doing the honoring song, which we're going to be getting into later. I still just said that, had the idea of it right now, so we're going to worry about that later. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be listening to that song that he did. Now, I'm going to tell you that you know me, and you know what I like and what I'm interested in, and you know that I am not a fan of songs where the singers are singing in a certain pop, rock tone or whatever. However, I will make an exception. And I am generally open-minded when it comes to me. I like most music. And because this is my Minton guest, I figured that I would do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook it up, and I just want you to hear his recording, playing of the song, and I need to move this over. It's heavy as anything, because I have a book to raise it up. In case you're wondering, this is Henry. He's a little sweet hedgehog. And so he'll be here just watching and observing. Remember, this is cancer season. Although we're doing this thing like with Zach Callison, then it's still cancer season, and I'm still honoring it. We'll get into it. There's still July left. Okay, there's still the most of July left of it. This is kind of a deja vu. When at the end of Taurus season, like remember late April, we had Kathy Stein here, and we honored her with her song, of which she wished that she could be here, but she has duties at her Candy Apples dance dinner in Ohio. She said that she'll be delighted to come tomorrow. I don't want to inhibit my Minton guests. I don't want to make them feel like they have to stay here. They can leave whenever they're wanting to. Here's the exception. When they're in their days of being honored, when they're in their honorary days, Zach is in his honorary days. And that means that in the honorary days, of which you don't know how long they'll last, then stay here. Stay here all throughout those days. All of those honorary days. And there's a time for that. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to play for you that song. And it is not my cup of tea. It is not a song that I would be up there with, like, songs from, say, Susan Boyle. But I don't think that it is bad or terrible either. and this is not something I would usually play for the Minton, that I would usually have you sing, but that is what the Minton guest did, and we're going to honor that by singing the songs that he or she composes, because music is one of the ways that we honor. And there's another song that's called Familiar, and that's a song where we hear the real voice there. So this is the song, okay, and I really, really hope that it is more clean, more appropriate than the other song. Fingers crossed. I think that it would be. I think that it would be. I really think so. That other song was not, though. Just mainly because of that one curse word in there. That is wrong. Morally, ethically wrong. Oh my goodness. Oh wait. This is the thing. I don't need this now. I don't need that now, so I'm gonna move it. Excuse me. Yeah. Oh wait, that's just gonna be a nuisance, and it's gonna be slippery as but slippery as the slippery slope in series of unfortunate events. We're going to be doing a lot in coming up mid-August, like August 19th, 20th, and those kind of things, because if you remember, during that time period, we didn't have Minton meetings for a while, because I was not feeling really, really good mentally. August is going to be Mental Health Month, okay? Mental Health Month isn't May, because that's the month we'll most are in good mental health. But I think August is like when summer was kind of rolling down. It's midsummer instead of summer when the grass is brown. We're getting sick and tired of the heat and everything. I think that August will be Mental Health Month. So we're going to be doing some things for that maybe, but I don't really know. We're not going to be doing anything for Leo season. We may do a little bit more for Scorpio season, because the Minton leader, has full positioning, full power on that, and I do have, like in the, like not on my natal chart, but it was like other placements that are off the chart, and I do see Scorpio in there, so we'll be doing a couple of things for that, but next season is going to be a very, very, very relaxing time for all of you. And then come Virgo season, that's when things are going to pick up again. So now I'm going to get the song going here. If I can, if this is even plugged in. I don't know. No, I don't think that that's plugged in. Get that plugged in. There we go. Now it should be on. Okay, now, I did tell you about the song. I'm not a huge fan. But we're going to make it chorally elegant. That's what we do, So that's what I'm going to tell you up front, okay? I just want you to listen to it. And some, it's like, I don't know, what is it? Anchovies. Some are a fan, some aren't a fan. I am not the biggest fan. But I have my reasons. So let's get it down, and I just want you to listen. This is something that Zach composed and came up with. Didn't you? Now, loud. This is his singing voice. That ending ooh sound, so it's we. Or we. I think this is better than that. kind of a break. And I also recommended Cookie Block Park. And when you were singing this song, you were looking directly at the image guest in the face. That's your challenge. I know it's hard to do, but get used to it. So when you were singing these songs for the Honoring concert, you looked